GM everyone, welcome back to another GC Crypto episode. Unfortunately, Craig isn't with us. He's struggling with his time zone of New Zealand. It's only 3 hours away, but he's struggling a little bit with the time zone issues. I mean, arguably it is actually probably harder, right? Because you're coming back in time, but you're also 3 hours ahead. So, for example, the issue I think he had is that he couldn't go to sleep last night. And by the time he messaged me, it was like 3 a.m. in the morning. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm still awake. So I think the big man is struggling a little bit, but that's okay. So we'll run it back today without Craigie Boy. I've decided to just roast charts today, guys. So share all the charts you want me to look at. I'll analyze them and we can roast them. We can roast them live on the show and do some analytical breakdowns of what these Memecoin, Altcoin charts, majors, whatever you want. I can look at it with you guys today. So comment your favorite tickers and I can do it. But yeah, GM everyone, hope everyone's doing well. Market is recovering a little bit, but I'm still very much in a lower high situation, in my opinion. Zoomed in the camera a little bit. Do we prefer the zoomed in camera or do we prefer the zoomed out camera? What do we think? Good to see you, GG. I don't mind either way, but just mixing up just to see if it's a bit easier to be a bit more personable with the camera a little bit closer. Obviously, before we jump in, massive shout out to our two partners, OKX. Guys, sign up down below. Get $75 of Bitcoin for free. That ends literally this month, and you also can claim USDT for free. So you're literally walking away with $100 for free. If you sign up right now, safest exchange in crypto, highly recommend it. I've been buying some BTC over here for a bit. It has self-managed super fund. They also have on-chain earn or yield, whatever you want to use. So DeFi embedded to the platform. Highly recommend it. I've been using it, and massive shout out to them for partnering with us. BTC looks like it's just holding on to this 382 fib from the all-time low, the low this cycle to the current all-time high. Big level here. If we don't hold this, then yeah, I very much do see us moving back towards 70 sooner rather than later, probably. And then obviously massive shout out to our partners over at Yeet. 35K volume so far this month, guys. That's decent. Let's try and aim for at least 6 figures, guys. Obviously, everyone is probably stepping away as we head into Christmas next week. But guys, the more volume you do, the more we can give away on the prize pool as well. So massive shout out to our community who have been using it. But yeah, massive shout out to Mando and the team for backing us as well. Market is just kind of sitting here quietly. Nothing too outrageous at the moment. If we do have a look, we obviously did bounce really nicely from this 4-hour order block. So that was a really nice trade as well. Yeah, we're long in GTG, caught this low, confluence across traders. We're currently, we're up, again, 3% in this trade based on purely spot. So again, depending on your leverage, you could be up, if you had obviously 30x leverage, then you'd be up nearly 2x from this move on Bitcoin. So yeah, it pays to be patient. Like I missed this initial bounce here when we came and swept this this low here. When was that? On Monday at 10 a.m. But obviously then I woke up yesterday and we obviously did dump from this previous structure up here, set a high, set a low high and then rejected all the way down here, sort of into the start of Tuesday. So yeah, very happy that I was a little bit more patient. We're currently at the mid-range of Monday's range. We have rejected from the weekly open. If we can push higher, which I do think we can push higher, we've got a 1-hour order imbalance up here. We got a monthly open as well as Monday high. So and then obviously high time frame resistance line as well. So probably an area to be cautious is anywhere if we wick up here. Maybe we get something like this, right, where we've seen what price action has done over here, where we break out above this resistance on high time frames, but we fail to show any strength, and that pretty much in combination with obviously the yearly open, in combination with the golden pocket. So yeah, this still remains probably a high level of at least interest for me to look for shorts or a head short back probably towards maybe. I mean, if we don't probably break out sooner rather than later, I would say we head back to 80K. And if we can't obviously hold that sort of region, then more than likely we head back to 75, 70K, which I actually think I would prefer that. I think if we go up now, there's a higher chance that we set a lower low high. So in other words, we probably get up to here where the 21 EMA is, okay, where we have obviously the 0.5 of the range. You've got FVGs up here, so imbalances yet again. So I feel like if we break out sooner rather than later, again, people in crypto are so greedy, man. I think that's actually probably more bearish for the long term. I would much rather actually see us consolidate here for longer or actually go lower and then maybe attempt to break out. I think that would actually be a healthier market for us to be in. And a lot of people are like, oh, we've been down. Well, yeah, we've been up only, Greeny. We've been up only literally for years. Like, been up only. Like, again, a reminder, like if you bought down here, obviously you didn't buy in 22, whatever. Say you bought in this range here where you have ample time to buy Bitcoin between 30K and about 20K. If you bought here, you're still up 2.4, 3.4x from there, right? So you've got to remember, guys, a lot of people in profit. We've been trending in an upwards trending market for multiple years now. So inevitably, you are going to see a pullback at some stage and likely a lower high, okay? Whether that lower high comes in like that, 100K, that's probably where I'm eyeing a high time frame level that we would need to flip to really push back towards 116, 17, 110. If we can't obviously flip there, then yeah, I'm very bearish from there, probably lower high, and we do definitely come back in towards 74. And like I had on the OKX chart before, probably more than likely that we come back in towards down here at, say, 57, 53 over time as well. So yeah, pivotal levels to be watching heading into 2026. Again, it's again, Fed, interesting. We'll wait and see what actually happens in the market. But yeah, at this stage, we are basically, just consolidating here. And we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. I don't expect too much volatility is probably the main takeaway as well. I don't expect too much volatility over the coming days / weeks, purely because most people do step away from crypto and from markets during this period of time of the year. And I honestly will be trying my best to make sure that I step away and enjoy a bit of a holiday as well. But yeah, anyways, let me know any charts that you would like me to specifically look at. We'll go through, we'll judge all of them today on the show. And then Craig will be back tomorrow for the last couple of shows that we will have. Do a giveaway today, guys, obviously, as well at the end of the show. So make sure you comment so you can participate throughout the show. And maybe the people who comment throughout the show from Yeet will actually get more entries to the giveaway. But yeah, GM, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. All right, so we go have a look at Ethereum. Bit more of a messy chart, but basically what we're looking at here is Ethereum obviously has reclaimed the 0.5 of the entire range here, which is your dotted line here. So that's 0.5. We are well above, obviously, the 6.6 and the 6.182. So it's kind of in no man's land. Also challenging this high time frame resistance line from the previous high. It obviously did spend a bit of time above this and then broke back below it, and now is fighting this high time frame resistance line as well, right? So this is, again, from the highs way back here at 5K. Or 4.5K. But basically what we're looking at is if it can challenge this, break out above, obviously there's resistance now. So we have monthly open here, okay, where we have retested support previous time. So that's probably an area of interest to, if you are long, to maybe take a little bit of profits. Then obviously you have your weekly open way back up here, and then Monday high way back up here, which actually aligns with the 0.5 of this range, okay? From this low here at 1.3K way back in the April tariff dip. So yeah, a lot of sort of areas still for me to at least be cautious at this moment of time. Again, if we can't even break above this resistance where we currently are, then yeah, we head back towards 2.6K in my opinion. If we get above this and we can get above the weekly and monthly open, then yeah, we definitely challenge back towards 3.1. And then obviously, this is what I mean. Like, I would much rather see price come down lower. I think there's still so much resistance on Ethereum, on BTC, on Solana. Like literally right here that we are showing so much weakness. Like we literally can't even get above the yearly open. Okay, we rejected yet again right here at the 0.5. So we'll wait and see. Again, price can change, and I'm trading price objectively. I'm not here to just be bullish or be bearish. I'm just trading. I'm just trading with whatever the markets present with me. Yeah, we'll definitely look at Rect. Definitely look at Rect. I'm a little worried of Rect. Purely from the point of view that it hasn't had a lot of volume, but a lot of things haven't had volume. So you can't really say that that's a special circumstance. But yeah, anyway, that's my Ethereum basis. Let's see what price actually does really probably today or tomorrow. High time frame level here to flip that. Watch the weekly, monthly open here between sort of 2.9 and 3.08.0 is probably the level to watch. Flip that. Yeah, we could probably start pushing back towards 3.1 and 3.3. So yeah, high time frame levels there to watch. I mean, the weekly is bottom, but daily is coming down. So yeah, it's an interesting market right now. It's not a lot of confluence for me across the markets. Now, Solana, we spoke about this chart yesterday as well. If we zoom in a little bit, let's go down to 12 hour, maybe even go down the 4 hour. Okay, let's remove that. All right, so if we have a look here, we obviously have the daily range, which we have actually shown a little weakness from. We also have the weekly open with the Monday mid rejection overnight. Back below the daily resistance as well of the bottom of this sort of range. So Solana arguably looks the worst out of Solana, ETH and BTC right now. Below its sort of macro range. We did obviously come back down and tap this 4 hour order book as well, which we obviously set back in December at the start of the month. So yeah, Solana's got a long way to go. If we can't hold this, yeah, Solana trades definitely back towards 120 and arguably probably goes way lower. And I mean, you've got to remember, guys, like for Solana specifically, like we are battling this tiny little range here at the bottom of a macro range. So if it can't hold this, then yeah, it doesn't look good. Does not look good. But again, like let's look at high time frame analysis. So if we have a look at daily, Stokes, daily, yes, see it's a little bit more reset. Weekly, coming into a bottom, it's probably nearly oversold, I would say. So that gives me sort of confidence that we should at least try and attempt to hold this low, or at least hold it for a little while, unless majors really shit the bed. And then Solana definitely dumps lower from here. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on what's happening here. But I mean, if you look at the monthly though, the monthly is still coming down. So that's always something to keep in mind as well. We are nowhere near. See, the really interesting part, and just to show you again the weakness, okay, of Solana compared to Ethereum and BTC. And now I know Ethereum and BTC are below their yearly opens, okay? So if we have a look at Ethereum, it's down about 11% from its yearly open. BTC is down probably a little bit less, okay, about 6%. But look at Solana, okay? Its yearly open was way up here. So Solana is actually down 32% from its yearly open. So it just pays to pay attention to these sort of things, all right? Because, again, like, this is why you should value everything against BTC as well. We don't do that enough. Probably I should do that more often as well. But you should always compare charts against BTC, okay? Compare them against USD, okay? But then you should always compare them against BTC, because there's a lot of weakness out there. And I mean, like, if we just pull up the Solana versus BTC chart, where is it? There it is. Okay, it's been down only for literally since, March 2024. So if you traded this, which I did, okay, and I took profits, I didn't take profits up here. I took profits at the end of last year and the start of this year. So I timed it here before it's obviously been down. So I protected my portfolio by about 35% because I stabled that portion up and I moved it out of Solana, okay? And then this is this is what I mean, like, this is another reason I decided not to trade Memecoins all year, because Solana was losing momentum against BTC. Solana was losing momentum against Ethereum all year, okay? Look at this. It topped in April, okay? So you had a bit of a blow-off top here against Ethereum, okay? As you can see multiple times, but it was starting to compress here, okay? And show me that we're about to break below, all right? Show me that we're about to break below the support. I was like, yeah, okay, it's probably confirming my bias that I probably don't want to be trading on Solana anymore, okay? I want to be looking maybe for Ethereum plays. That's where I bought my Pudgy, okay? Bought a few other things. But even now, more recently, we've seen a lot of weakness here as well. So, yeah, at least that's some low time frame analysis, guys, of what I'm thinking at the moment, and some high time frame analysis. Remember, those are monthly charts that we just had a look at as well. All right, we'll look at Rect, and then we'll go back to Hyperliquid and stuff as well. Am I still bullish on Rect? There's no team working probably harder than, in my opinion, right now on continuing their brand and whatnot. The issue I faced with Rect is that it's a market-wide issue, right? It's a volume issue. It's that risk. It's a risk issue. Not many people are looking for risk right now, right? So what I like about this chart is that it did break out, okay? It did break out. A lot of charts did not break out. What I don't like about this chart is that it has a lack of momentum here and no volume came in, all right? But if you look on-chain, nothing is having volume coming, all right? So that's something to be aware of. But yeah, what I don't like, again, that's a 3-day chart, but what I don't like is that we may be starting to lose even this breakout, okay? So again, it's probably going to hold this sort of level here. Otherwise, it does trade back towards probably down here. All right, you've got two lows here between 114 and about 120. You want to see it hold this region. Maybe some volume comes in, or at least it holds this regions and sellers aren't stepping out here, okay? It can hold that region. And then if we do see a bit of liquidity, we do see a bit of interest, we do see a bit of risk on again, then maybe this can challenge and move back towards 230, okay, which would nearly be a 2x from around this region anyway, right? So I hold a little bit, but I did de-risk when it lost its 786 about yesterday. I saw this move come down. I saw it lose the 786, so I decided to de-risk about 75% of my position. Purely because, again, the market, my bias right now, again, you're heading into Christmas, volatility is low. You're probably not going to see much. You're probably not going to miss much. I want to step away and not be worried about a $10,000 trade, right? I want to be like, look, I've had $2,000 in it. That's fine. Okay. I sold what? $7,500, $8,000 of it. Yeah, that's fine by me. And I sold it, for a slight loss. I think it was like, my average cost base was around 150-ish. Maybe a little bit lower. So I think I got out at, about a 10% loss or something like that. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm happy to lose $500 on that. Whereas if I kept holding this, and this is the thing with the Pengu chart, for example, like if I had kept holding my big, massive accumulation of Pengu, then basically I would have lost like $75,000. Like protecting downside risk is always alpha, particularly in a market now where there's just like, it's not risk on, there's no euphoria, there's no greed, there's no volume, there's no liquidity, sentiment is shit. All of these things are really big, important factors that you need to be aware of when you're trading on chain. All right, let's go back. All right, so that's my opinion. Really love the team. Really love what they're doing. I think they keep partnering, and I think it's a great hold. It's just a tough market to be holding a token right now. All right, Pengu. As I said, it was showing a lot of weakness below the 786. Okay. Basically, again, you have time. Okay, so if we do see, if I'm out to lunch and BTC does, I'm not out to lunch. There's a world where I can see BTC push back towards 115K. There is a world I can see that happening. The odds of that happening are just low in my opinion, okay? It's just a lower probability percentage in my mind, in my analytics, and what I'm looking at on the charts. In a world that we do start to see BTC push back well above 100, show a lot of strength above 100, okay, then alts are going to wake up, liquidity is going to wake up, and people are probably going to feel like sentiment's a bit better. People are going to be a bit more keen to be trading, right? So something like this where if we can see a rounding bottom, okay? So again, like even if it oscillates between the 786 and the 886, okay? I don't mind that. That actually maybe shows me that it gives me a clear range, okay, for me to be confident of taking probably a higher time frame long, right? And having my stop loss wherever this low is here. And if I can just simply trade something like this, I'm pretty happy with that, right? At the end of the cycle, you got to remember, this is the end of the cycle. We've been up only since late 23. So your upside returns are diminishing as time goes on in the cycle. That's how it works, all right? So something like this, you've got a lot of time. If we have a look at this, if it was to trade sideways for a bit, okay, then as you can see here, it's not till probably February before you could see a move out above this level for Pengu specifically, okay? The interesting part would be is if Abstract does launch sooner rather than later, which I don't think it does based on what they're shipping and how they're shipping. If TG obviously does launch sooner rather than later, how much effect does that put on Pengu specifically? How much effect does that put on the Pudgy Penguins community? The NFT. Does the Abstract, I think the Pudgy Penguins ETF is explicit to the Pudgy Penguins ecosystem, not Abstract. So that's also something to consider as well. So yeah, anyways, I'm holding my Pudgy Penguin. I'm holding my Pudgy Penguin. I've decided that's something I'm happy to hold for now. And if they go sub 10K, I might buy another one. Okay, Pump Fund, another interesting chart. Now, this is a lot of weakness. Now, you got to remember, they were pumping hundreds of millions of dollars into this chart in terms of buybacks, and they still couldn't break out. There's so much sell pressure. And again, it's just a high time frame resistance, right? You could probably say it's now over here, right? If we clean it up, get some more touches. There you got touches at the top on candles, touch of that wick there, touch a little bit there, multiple touches here. So yeah, high time frame doesn't look good here. The fact you have now set a new low, okay? The fact you've now set a low here, not good for Pump Fund, not good at all. A lot of false promises from Pump Fund around airdrop. There's all this speculation. Oh yeah, it's going to have an airdrop. Well, where is it? There's been no discussions around it, and they keep eating fees, which is crazy. But hey, it is what it is. Again, I just trade what price gives me. So I had a few good trades here. I had a really nice couple of trades here off the 618 and 66 here on the high time frame, this sort of level like that. I also traded this move here, okay, up here. And again, just protecting. It's the time to really, if you're in profit in a trade, like for example, us in GTG, where, for example, like we took this retest here of the 786 into this long. Basically, what we do very aggressively at the moment in these current market conditions is really move your stop loss to break even, because then that protects your downside risk, right? And you'll often get, particularly altcoins right now. This is why I haven't spent so much time trading altcoins or even talking about them. But basically, if you start to lose like key levels, if you don't have your stop loss in low, you're just going to eat into your profits, man. So protect your downside risk. There's nothing wrong with walking away from a trade break even rather than walking from a trade down X amount, right? So that's something to always consider as well. Do you think abstract meme coins will come back? No, nowhere near the euphoria that they had ages ago. No, meme coins will come back. Sorry, not meme coins. Abstract meme coins won't come back because, let's talk about these. Yeah, that's fair. Abstract meme coins will not come back because meme coin meta is dead. All right? There will always be a space for meme coins, but meme coins are very much attention-based. So it's only going to be the very dominant memes. So memes that will probably last from cycle to cycle. Things like probably Pepe, things like Dogecoin, things like Mog, Farcoin, Pengu, class as that. But things that are on a new degenerate chain that had a bit of a run here, this is a speed run to nowhere. This is a speed run to nowhere. Again, I've spoken about this for months, okay? It's making a new low as we speak right now, okay? There is, like, you've got to understand how crypto works and how trends work. I mean, Guna now making a new low, all right? Redspot making lower lows still. So it's just, there's no interest for me at all. Look at the volume on this shit, 2.5K. Crazy. And then you take into the fact slippage, like Cyclops making new lows. So there's no bottom here at all. There's no bottom forming at all on abstract meme coins. This is a new low for ABSA right now. As of the 17th of November, it's actually made a new low. No volume is also a big factor, and that's because there's no one trading meme coins. Like, look how quick Monad meme coins died. All right? Look at this. I don't know, like, what's the top meme coin? Look at this. This is going to zero. Just all meme coins go to zero, okay? All meme coins go to zero. I mean, doesn't mean you can't trade them where you get a nice reaction here, like off this 786 here, okay? Where you get a nice reaction. You could have had your resistance there. You could have traded that into the golden pocket. Same as here. It looks like it's maybe found a bottom here. But again, is this where you have your stop loss here? You maybe trying to trade it up to the 786, okay? But you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be actively trading. You cannot hold shit like this. Cannot hold shit like this. Like, look at this crime. This is crime in a nutshell, right? Okay. Pump, dump, pump, dump. Probably get another pump, dump. Okay. This is crime. I know Eli jumped on the show last week and told me he made 60K on Monad. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that. So no. Meme coins, sure, they will always have a place. I think, obviously, but I mean, like crime. I read this morning that Pippin has like, I can't even remember, but like X amount, the top 250 wallets or something crazy. I don't even know. The top 50 wallets or something hold like a ridiculous, like 90% of the supply of this token, right? So it's like crime in a nutshell. But yeah, look, there'll always be a place for meme coins, and I think it'll be attention-based, it'll be news-driven, it'll be something that's actually funny, not just derivatives or some derogatory terms that people think are funny. I think it has to be, go back to what it was prime time early 2024, where it was just like, it was, what is a cool trend that just happened? Moondang, for example, was a great example of just a trend that was like not forced. It was in peanut in a way as well. I know obviously Elon manipulated that in my opinion, but same again, okay? It's that viral. It's that much of a meme that's the sort of meme coin that you want to be thriving in. Something like even GOAT, if we really run it back to the early AI meta, okay? Way back. Holy shit, is this at 34 million? That is crazy. That is crazy. Holy shit, there's no way this is at 34 million. Oh my God. Look at this. Okay, this is a prime example. Everyone was like, oh, this is generational. Shut up, bro. It's a meme coin. It's going to zero, right? And I keep it real. A lot of people out there filling you false narratives. Look at all your favorite meme coin traders. They have not been trading meme coins. Guess where they're moving to now? Perps. And guess what? They're shilling straight under their perps chart. A referral, because that's how they make their money. They don't know how to trade. They made money on copy trading or referrals, all that shit, right? I've stepped away from meme coins because I haven't had a trading edge all year. Okay, this is a great example of yet another viral thing okay, but it died. And this is going to be the same story on every single chain. Look at BSC, look at 4, okay? Look at 4. This thing is back at 22 million after going to 300 million. Look, making new lows, okay? So meme coins, in my opinion, are trend-based trades. You need to be in and out, be happy with the profit you make, and move on to the next trend, all right? It's as simple as that. Look at Cock Inu on Avalanche. It's not even listed in the top 10. Here it is, 19th. This thing, it ran to 300 million. Wait, is this the right chart? No. This thing, pretty sure it was worth hundreds of millions right at the start, okay? Way back here when I was trading it. Traded this breakout way back in 24. This is what I mean. This was the authentic time to trade. Okay? That came into low fibs, bang. You had volume come in. That you don't have like that. That was my edge. That was my probability. You don't have that set up consistently anymore. There's not enough people on chain. There's not enough people trading at the moment. There's not enough confidence in the market. That's another thing we don't talk about enough. Okay, this thing ran to 400 million, right? It's now down to 13 million. Okay, you go to every single chain. Look at Sui. There's a multiple Sui meme coins that I traded. I wonder if I can find some. I can't remember the names of them. But again, the fact that they're not even trending shows me that they've gone to zero. Yeah, can't find them. So I've traded memes on so many chains, and Abstract's no different. Abstract is no different, and these are making new lows. They've got no volume. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, meme coins are great for community. Well, yeah, but they also wreck a lot of people, and they don't define the success of a chain. I've said that for months. They do not define the success of a chain. So I hope that answers your question. Alex, I do agree they'll get some love. They'll get love towards TG. But the question is, how low do they go before they get there? It's not worth something, like, for example here, right? It's not worth holding something here that goes down, like say you bought in this range. It's not worth holding something that goes down another 80% to then capture a move of like a 2x, right? Your liquidity is better used either in stables or Bitcoin or trading a different trend. Like maybe if you're a prediction market and you have edge there, go for it. Okay, perps, if you have an edge there, like we do in GTG, go for it. But there's no point holding something if it just looks like shit. There's no point holding something like this. No point. Okay? And sadly, people have to learn this the most brutal way. They have to learn this the brutal way. Now, Hyperliquid, we'll go back to alts. Guys, let me know any other memes or alts you want me to check out. I'm brutally roasting these. The cricket has started today, by the way, so I can't wait to just go sit and pull out the laptop and sit and watch some cricks today. Big fan. 3-0 today. Let's go, Aussies. Adelaide looks like it'll be an absolute scorcher for those cricket fans. Very hot weather. GM Vision, hope you're doing well, legend. GM, I see Craig on extended vacation and jealous. Yeah, dude. The 3-hour time zone got him. New Zealand coming back to Australia, it got him. So he messaged me at like 2:30 in the morning. He's like, yeah, dude, I can't sleep. I was like, all good, man. Oh, I don't know if I did reply. I better reply. It's all good. All good, man. Yeah, so I'll see the big man tomorrow. But yeah, so he was just struggling a little bit. He was struggling, yeah. All right. But Hyperliquid. All right. So roasting charts. Very simple. And I shared this like I'm gonna say months ago. A couple months ago on Twitter. If we scrap this chart, there's two ways to look, okay? So here's just a really simple way to read a chart. All right. You have a trending environment to the downside, okay? But we call this actually a bullish wedge. All right. We have price come in, consolidates between support and resistance, and then breaks higher. Okay. You then have this massive breakout. This is what we call a bull trend, okay, where lows are higher and where highs are higher. Okay. Now, eventually, and every chart is like this, eventually steam will run out. Okay. You'll either have a big blow off top or eventually it'll just show a little weakness. It'll consolidate, okay, like something like this, and then actually break down. Now, the key to knowing when a high time frame macro trend is breaking is it either breaks above resistance like it did here, okay, and shows strength with a high low, then goes back. Okay, ignore this other one. Okay, this is post price action. I could probably replay this, to be honest. So here, all right. So if we have a look here, Let me just slow it down a little bit. Okay. Is this going to go too fast? 1 USD. Yeah, no, we'll go one. So basically, what you have here is a bullish wedge. Okay. You then see a nice pump here. You have a change of structure here where it takes out this high on lower time frames. Okay. So it takes out this high here. So that's your first strength, that this is a reversal potentially taking out or taking place, right? Where it takes out this order block here. All right. From the downtrend, from this moment here, it takes out this daily order block. Okay. Break structure, goes ahead. I think it now sets a higher low here. So it rejects from here, sets a higher low here. All right. Grinds up against resistance and starts to break out. Okay. As soon as you see that, so as soon as you see a higher high being made, okay, compared to a previous high, okay, then you have a higher low. All right. You then also have this high. Okay. Well, there's your high low. All right. You then also have this higher high compared to this high as well. Okay. So not only did you have a structure break here or a structure break there, wherever you want to draw it on your order block, there's your order block there on the daily. You broke above that level. I'll just clean it up so it's nice and easy for you guys to see. Okay, you broke above that level there. This is how you find a reversal from a bear trend to a bull trend. Okay, order block here, break above it, market structure break. You then have a high compared to this high. Okay, you even have a high compared to that high. Okay, you then have a higher low here. That's your go signal. All right, that this is going to hold, and bang, it then breaks above this high time frame resistance. Okay, where prices come in and rejected multiple times. All right. You have multiple wicks here, candles into there. You also have wicks here before we then eventually break out. Now, as you can see, if we let this play out to the upside, this is Hyperliquid for those maybe tuning in now. So as this plays out to the upside, okay, what you want to be looking for in a trending environment is that price continues to put in higher highs and higher lows. So again, higher low, okay, compared to this low, higher high compared to that high, higher high compared to that high, higher low, etc., right? Now, at some point, all right, at some point, I start to realize, okay, well, this is a really beautiful move. But at some point, okay, and this is the same for any chart on any time frame, this is the skill that I'm teaching you. At some point, it's going to retest its support and more than likely break that support. And that is the signal that you want to be watching for a macro change, okay? So this is our macro bear trend. This is now our macro uptrend or our macro bull trend, all right? Now, if it breaks this support, all right, there's two decisions that it needs to do. There's two decisions that price needs to do. It either needs to reclaim it, okay, and show strength, okay, and go higher, or just reclaim it like this and get back into the range. That would be good, and that means that the trend has not broken just yet. But if it breaks this trend, then that's not good, okay? It breaks this trend and starts making lower lows and lower highs, and that's really weak. If it breaks the trend, gives you a retest and actually puts in a lower high compared to wherever this high is here, that's also an opportunity to short from there, okay? And that confirms that this is now a trend shift, all right? So this is what happens to Hyperliquid. Let's watch. All right, this is the same for any chart, any coin, all right, on any time frame. All right, we have a look, okay? Really nice move. People starting to call for 100. People starting to call for high, okay? As you can see here, we reclaimed it. We also reclaimed it again. Okay, so again, maybe I would have, like, this is the trend initially. Now I would start to fix it up a little bit and say, okay, well, now we have confluence of multiple touches that this is now our trend that we want to be holding. But as you can see, price starts to go, oh, well, hold on a little bit. We're cooling down a little bit, okay? We needed to cool down. Again, price consolidates 80% of the time, okay? It only trends or breaks out, okay, to the downside or to the upside about 20% of the time, all right? Most of the time, it just consolidates, okay? Again, same, you can draw it here, right? Consolidate, breaks down, okay? Consolidate here, distribution below, breaks down, all right? Most of the time, charts and price goes sideways, all right? 80% of the time, it goes sideways. 20% of the time, it trends in an uptrend or a downtrend, all right? So as we can see here, okay, we're slowing down here. We're grinding up against resistance. Is this the break we're looking for, or do we push higher from here? Let's watch, all right? Again, this is what you could be doing all the time. Okay, look at this. Okay, you set another higher low off support. Okay, that shows me strength. Okay, that would have been maybe a potential long signal, right? In hindsight, again, but you got like times like this where there's not a lot of options to trade. This is what you should be doing: going and watching it, writing in a trading journal, or thinking, okay, what did I do good? What did I do wrong? Where should I have been looking? What are some analyses? What is some analysis that I could be doing in future opportunities where I didn't do it this time around? Spend time learning, man. Spend time learning. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm spending time reflecting. I'm spending time learning, spending time trading lower time frame charts with GTG members because Those are the skills that you can use no matter what is thrown at you in the future. All right. So we had a nice breakout high. All right. But we're still in a bullish uptrend. All right. So now we draw this even higher. All right. Okay. We're pushing higher now. And again, like this takes ages. This was April. Like this is over 3 months now. Again, these are higher time frame trades. All right. But this is the sort of spot analysis that you could do. All right. Same again. I'll show you on Bitcoin. I'll show you how it works on Bitcoin as well. All right. So you're coming in. Okay. We'll eventually retest this. Okay. We're retesting it. We're battling now. And as you can see, we battled and battled and battled. We got back above it. All right. We got back above it, but we had a lot of sell pressure here, lower highs. We then had the beautiful retest here, that bearish retest there. That could have been the short signal, and bang, you're off towards a downtrend. So this would be the official confirmation. Okay, you've got a lower low here where you have a structure break of price now there. After that retest, that is the confirmation that this trend has shifted. Okay, bulls are no longer in control of Hyperliquid. It is now going down. All right, and from there, okay, it continues to where it is today. All right, very much towards the downside. Okay, very much towards the downside. We had rejections here as well. That's the thing as well. You have rejections from this high, all right? You have rejections from this high. I shorted these highs here because it was really nice. So anyways, with Bitcoin, you can do the same, all right? You can come back all the way into the middle, like way back here, and look at high time frame charts and just really draw a range, all right? So here, where you have the highs over here, all right? So this would be probably your key level to break. From a high time frame analysis it's once we get back above this order block or this liquidity, whatever you want to call it, once we get above this high, this lower low from this trend, okay, the bear market of last cycle here, okay, once you get below there, then once you get back above there, then that's where I would class the bull market really starting again, because this is just reaccumulation down here. This is just a reaccumulation trending pattern down here. So this could have been your go signal. Say you're not trying to time a bottom, okay, because you don't know where the bottom's coming in. You can start to look, okay, well, when does it start to break highs, all right? I mean, that could have been your go signal, all right? Let me just clean that up a little bit more, because that's pretty clean as well, okay? This high here, all right? Where's your go signal? 2 go signals here for you to look for in the future, all right? When does price stop making lower lows, all right, here, okay? When does it actually take out the highs, okay? It was here. We took out this high and we took out this high by breaking above. We then retested that high and bounced, okay? We retested again and bounced, okay? This shows me that probably buyers are stepping in at this level. Sellers don't really want to be selling here. This is an area that I'm finding a lot of support, and this is where I'm looking to buy. So I was buying a little bit of Bitcoin below 30, but I was very much more considering Solana, okay? So during the same period of time on Solana here, all right, way back at 17 to 30, which is when I was buying, okay? I didn't buy it at $8 because I wasn't trying to buy the low. Right, I was buying it here at $17. Okay, it was consolidating between this range. All right, same again. We had breakouts. Okay, so you had high lows. Okay, you then even had that fourth high low, but it was consolidating in this range. I knew, okay, we've got equal heads here, equal highs. All right, I'm like, okay, well, hold on a minute. We've got higher lows here. Solana's starting to catch up again as a chain that people want to be trading on. This is when I bought my Mad Lad. That was like a $3,000 trade into 40,000, I think it was from memory. I can't remember. And then we broke out, and then I mean, you don't have to time the bottom, but you could look for this high time frame breakout, right? And that is your entry. You still could have bought Solana at $27 once it broke out here, and you'd be up. You'd still be up 4 or 5x from now. Like even now, even though it went way higher, you're still up 4 or 5x. So that's why I'm excited. And that's why I'm not happy. Like I'm not really that keen to be buying spot right now, because I bought spot a couple of years ago and dominated over the last couple of years trading trends, but also holding spot through that time. Give me a better R&R when I know that I can look for bottoms and those sorts of things. So anyways, I bought a little bit of Bitcoin, obviously, at 86, because look, it just looks all right. Oh, no, this is, there we go. Now we got full price. Turn replay mode off. All right. So anyways, I bought a little bit at 86 because it's a high time frame level, but I definitely think we'll get better opportunities. I think we trade back towards 50. I think there's a lot of confluence around $46,000, $48,000 for me. Do we get that low? Maybe not. If a lot of people are looking there, maybe we front run that. Maybe we're going to go to 69, previous all-time high. All right, way back in. Maybe we're going to go there. Wait and see. But I'll be buying it. I'll be buying chunks at different times, knowing that my goal is 5 to 10 years. So there's a lesson, guys. Hope you appreciate it. Do I bet on cricket matches? Nah, because it's again, I don't have an edge. There's no edge in a cricket match. Is it like? There's no edge in a cricket match, in my opinion. you are gambling on sport. Like, sure, there's probability that X, like, for example, I'm a Broncos fan. I put a bet on last year. Oh, no, this year. It was this year. I put a bet on at the start of the year, $50, that the Brisbane Lions and the Brisbane Broncos would win the grand final at the start of the year. And they did. So I made $2,700 or $50 from that bet. But look, I'm a Queensland fan. I'm a Brisbane fan. But I don't know, I just had a feeling, and that was a punt. But was there probability in that? Well, yeah, I thought that both teams would do well. But halfway through the season, the Broncos are 11th, right? So it was very much a bet, right? In my opinion, sports, you can't really say that you have an edge. Some people say they like to say, oh, players like X amount of rebounds in a basketball game, blah, blah, blah. Well, again, yeah, that's probability to an extent. But you're gambling, man. There's so much circumstances. Like, the guy could get injured. The chick could miss multiple. I don't know. They could be off that day. Whatever it is, right? I think sports is very much gambling. I think anything to do with sports is very much gambling. GM Andrew, hope you're doing well, legend. Hope you are doing well. Anyways, any other charts? Sui looks hopeless. Looks hopeless down here. Okay, looks pretty poor. Again, it broke its high time frame. Trent, massive shout to Sexy. Me and him caught this massive move here. We got in way down here. Okay, we then sold up in this block because it was starting to slow down a little bit. Okay, we saw this break. We're like, yeah, no, bang. And then pretty much, as you can see, lower highs. And now the trend is to the downside. So it's just a very simple tool that I just discussed with you guys. It's like find a consolidating chart like this. Okay, watch when it starts to make the high low. Structure break here. Again, there's your structure break. All right, from the high. Hey, this high there. Hey, we broke above it. All right, we got back above it. We reclaimed it a couple of times. We had deviation below it a couple of times. But you had a higher low forming there as well. You got back above that high. That's what you want to be looking for. And on the reverse, it's the reverse, right? You start to have lower highs. You start to have lower lows. Okay, you start to break this high time frame resistance, support. Now turns into resistance. Sure, you might not necessarily always get the retest. Okay, we dumped and then we actually held this. Didn't even get a retest, but we then went lower. So these are the sort of just really simple technical analysis of understanding price action will give you nearly the best indicator you can have. I always say that price itself on any chart gives you exactly what you need to know. Flora says, as long as betting is involved, is gambling. I very much do agree with that. XRP, probably going to hold this level, otherwise it does not look good. Probably going, yeah. I mean, same here, right? Here's your trend. Okay, very simple. I mean, this is, if you're an active trader as well, this could be an area that you might be interested in. And I know GTG is actually long on XRP right now. So this might be an area where you sweep these lows, or at least you hold these lows, okay? Because if you break this, then yeah, we do go to the downside, but your upside potential here is massive, right? Your upside potential is massive. Like, even back to the 0.5, it's a 6R trade, okay, with a really safe stop loss, right? But that's a high time frame setup where you're like, well, yeah, the probability of this setup taking out, we'll wait and see. Depends what majors want to do. But at least with this setup, you have a very simple invalidation below this key, like multiple levels. Like the higher time frame you zoom out, like there's multiple levels here that you can say this is a high time frame area. You can be really safe and push it down here and still have a nice 4.8 R&R. All right, when you might get that breakout, maybe you get one more breakout across the market. Okay, well, we have this breakout here, and maybe we get one more, and then that's it. Maybe it only comes into the 382. These are the sort of things that you need to be watching. It's an active trade. Particularly at this end of the cycle, it's not the time to be buying and holding. And I think I've spoken to a lot of people. People join GTG, they join the VRP, and they jump on a call with me. They're like, Greeny, I want to turn my $1 million into $2 million, or Greeny, I have 100,000, I want to make 500 grand. I'm like, bro, I could feed him. I could feed him this false sense of security, this false hope, this bullshit lie to keep me earning more money, or I could give him reality and say, look, legend, you're probably not going to achieve that right now because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But if you stay patient, you join me in 6 months' time, a year time, we could probably start to reconsider that because time is on our side and price will probably be back on our side for that upside potential. I say this way too often, so many people come to crypto during euphoria and leave during fear. Do the opposite and you will become wealthy. Come during fear, leave during euphoria. Do that and you will walk away more wealthy than when you started in crypto. It's as simple as that. So anyways, I really don't mind the XRP. If it can hold this, if it breaks this, then yeah, it's heading back towards these inefficiencies down here. Zcash obviously is very interesting chart as well. Could be something to keep an eye on. We obviously had this massive break higher, came back in, retested, golden pocket. That's the one I'm on. Retested gold pocket. I am curious. No, we'll keep it on the other one. No. Yeah, I am curious to see what happens at the moment, but like these are sort of trades you can take as well. Like from here to here, okay. You could look for a pull back into the 0.5 and maybe a break high from there. Okay, you can swing trade that 0.5 region. All right, back towards its 0.5 of that region. Like these are the sort of trades you can take as well. Okay, from there to there, along into this 0.5, back up into there. If it wants to do that, there's so many trading strategies that you can do. So many trading. Anyways, what am I interested in this? Probably not. Probably not. Where's my 382? Excuse me. Do I not have it on here? Yeah, look, it hasn't even got there yet. So yeah, anyways, Zcash, very much, same again here. Okay, once it breaks that structure, okay, like we spoke about, it's not always going to be clean, guys, but it's just the premise, right? Once it starts to break structure, more than likely the trend is shifted, right? It's gone from this bullish trending environment to now bearish trending environment. It's as simple as that. Same again on the downside, okay? Until it breaks this structure, all right, here, it's now in a bear trend, okay? It's now in a bear corrective trend, all right? Does it keep making lower highs and lower lows? We'll wait and see. Or is this the first sign of higher lows and then we push higher? We'll wait and see, okay? This is where you need to be really active with your trading approach, or join a community like GTG where we have people who are really active and can give you updates at all times of the day. We have people in Europe, people in America, people in Australia. So we cover all time frames all the time. Cool. Any other charts, guys? As long as money is involved, it's gambling. Gigi, I agree. Trading, people gamble in trading. I say I don't. I have probability to have edge. I'm going to say I don't gamble when I trade. I say I don't gamble when I trade. Also, chat, what do we think about the zoomed in camera? Is that better? Bit nice, a bit more personable. Normally it's zoomed out a bit further, so you can see the whole. Like you can see the bottom of the door. I don't know. Do we like this? Flora says, prediction market gambling. I don't know why they keep arguing about it. I agree. However, there are markets where I use my trading knowledge and my trading understanding, my trading analysis to make a prediction. So I would argue that that isn't a gamble, and that's more of a trade. Now, this is interesting. So, for example, this market here, I still think we have a higher chance. Probably, I agree with this market pricing right now. I think there's a higher chance we go to 100K than we go to 69. I think we can hit 75. Dude, it'd have to be quite bearish to get to 69, in my opinion. I think there's higher confidence for me to see. Again, I will swing trade this as well. What I like about prediction markets is that you don't have to hold until resolution. So, if I see, for example, a shitty market, what am I trying to say? Oh, yeah, sorry. If I'm in a trade where it has really reversed, rather than just holding, say you put $50 in that, rather than holding that to zero and losing your whole, you got to remember, this is the 101 of trading, like protect your downside risk. So if there's an opportunity for you to protect some of your positions, this is why it makes so much sense to not round trip, all right? Going back to holding abstract meme coins earlier in the conversation, like the longer you hold something, the more you miss out on other opportunities, and the more you just lose more money. Like, for fuck's sake, like unless you are like worth millions, you should probably get out of that, because that's money you could be using for other things. It doesn't even have to be crypto. It doesn't even have to be trading. It could be for IRL. It could be for Christmas presents. It could be for anything. It could be health, whatever it is, right? So this is why round tripping just makes. Again, these are lessons I learned over 9 years, okay? I used to be like the majority. I used to be like that, round trip shit, hold shit. Now I don't. I'm ruthless. And that's mean that I've made a lot of money this cycle because I was ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. So, any markets here that we like? Interesting market here, 2.5K. I mean, that's quite close. And as we alluded to earlier, 2.5K is around below that golden pocket if Ethereum can't hold it. Pengu Point, let's look at that one. So, I mean, the market right now, this one's interesting as well. Zcash above or below a 400 Monday noon UTC. What? Isn't that like in 8 minutes? Wait. When does this close? December 22. Wait, a week. Oh, so next week? Yeah, okay. Oh, I thought it was today. Okay, if it was today, I would have definitely had a punt at that. But it's next week. I'm not going to take a punt on that. So Pengu pump to 0.175. See, this is what I do. Yeah, I'm going to talk you through my process. Pump to 0.175 or dump to 0.075. All right, let's have a look. Oh, that's the wrong chart. Okay, here we are. So we're currently at 1.009. So we are probably closer to dumping to 0.075. So just to show you again, has price actually hit 0.005? No. Where is 0.05? It would 75, sorry. It would actually be a new low down here. There. Okay, so that's 0.05. Or can it get to 1.75, which is way up here? More than likely, it's probably going to take out this than that. However, this is a market I probably wouldn't take, because if it holds these lows, then it's more than likely over time probably going to trade back towards the 1.7. So maybe the edge is actually being a bit more bullish on that market, right? If we have a look at a trending indicator, daily, it's still coming lower. Maybe we do break this low, but we have to break the 88.6 to even get down to this 1.75. 3 day, let's have a look. It's more bottomed, okay? Let's look at structure of price. We are technically making a new lower low on the 3 day. So maybe it is worth taking the 7.5. 5 day, actually making a higher low on the 5 day. All right. And we are nearly bottomed weekly. Nearly bottomed. Weekly it's currently the current week, but we are currently just below current entry. So this is a sort of market. Until I find confluence across multiple timeframes, I'm not going to take that prediction because it is gambling, right? I don't have the edge in this market, right? And also the odds here aren't fantastic, right? Oh, actually 70% is not too bad. 70% is pretty good. So for example, some of my favorite ones, can I like this one here, okay? A lot of people went on Zcash. I'm on XMR because the chart looks bloody strong. And I held that. Like XMR actually went lower than the other one. Steve Harrington. Oh, dude, I'm a massive Stranger Things fan. These ones here. So Farcoin making a new all-time high and Solana making a new all-time high. I slammed these at like 70% and 80%. I was like, absolutely hell no to these two markets hit a new all-time high. I had to predict them months ago, but I was like, there's no chance that these two. And so now they'll resolute. So that's pretty, 3% is the fee on the platform. So no one takes that trade to 99%. So yeah, I will get paid out on these in about 2 weeks' time. So these are the sort of trades that I like to take as well. Something like this as well. Will another NYSE? You got to remember, market conditions are shit, right? So this is definitely a no. Okay, I swing traded this. I was in and out of it. Okay, I don't currently hold it because I was like, well, hold on, get out of the trade. Like, you never know what can happen. It was down at like 95%. I was like, well, that's basically profit. Get out of it, move on to the next trade, right? So these are the sort of things that you can do. These are the sort of things you can do. Everything else is a bit more risky. So I don't mind prediction markets. I would be using Polymarket, but it's banned in our country, mate. It's banned in our country. Bro, do you know the keyword in Germany, Jana? I don't know what you mean by that. Jana, wait, I joined for about a week and I feel frustrated already. Imagine in months. Wait, what do you mean by joined what? I can't, yeah, so Alex, I can't use Polymarket, but I should. I mean, I should create a video on Myriad Markets, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I could get a VPN and run Polymarket, but Australia, yeah, it baffles me that Australia doesn't allow. Steve is going to die 100% GG Martin. You reckon? Well, did you see the trailer? What's your thesis, GG? This will be our last conversation, our last topic today. Then I'll do the giveaway. Then I'm going to go watch some cricket. What do you mean he's going to die? Like, oh, it's a yeet event. Okay. That's what you're referring to, Yana. Oh, okay. No, I didn't see that. GG, what's your thesis on why he's going to die? In the trailer, him and Dustin both say to each other, this is a trailer for part 2 that comes out on Christmas Day. You die, I die, and both of them said that to each other. Dude, I don't know if they would kill both those two dudes. I don't know. I feel like other people will die. Like it seems pretty obvious based on what Lucas actually came out and said that he's not even in the last episode. So maybe he dies and Max actually comes back out of the. Oh, dude, this is spoilers, but yeah, obviously I would assume Max probably comes back out of the what do you call it? The underworld, the upside down. I think she comes out, but Lucas has to sacrifice himself or something. So I don't think he survives. Mike seems the obvious survival. Does Elle survive? Not sure. I feel like Elle's really lost her mantra. I feel like Will is like just, dude, Will is Will. There's so many theories I've seen out there. Like, is it the Mind Flayer that's controlling him? Are they all going to fight the Mind Flayer? I don't know. There's some crazy theories out there. The whole 20 theory with the 8 as well, like 11 plus 8. The other chick who's 8 plus Will is 1 is that's 20, and just 20 needed. 20 is the perfect dice roll on Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I've read into a few theories. It's just interesting to see which one plays out. Episode 5 is named Shock Jock. He is the jock. Yeah, but the shock. And okay, so Gigi said that the Robin told him to turn off the voltage for the radio tower, and he was like, "I'm not dumb, duh. He's gonna die for sure." What are the odds? It's at 14%. This has come down, dude. This used to be at like 30. So people don't think he's gonna die. What? Chuck a tenner on it? How much do you win? You win $50. I don't know. I don't know if I'm that confident, man. Might be worth throwing $25 at. He's just like, I don't think they would kill him. Like, he's such a beloved character. Him and Dustin particularly. I don't know if they'd kill them. Safest, yeah. I'm doing a bit of research for ChatGPT now. Massive fan favorite, reliable comic. He also has the song. I think his song is going to be the song at the end of the whole show. The one that's been going viral the past week or so. He already completed a full redemption arc seasons ago. Killing him now would feel cheap, not meaningful. Stranger Things usually kills newer or secondary characters. Bob, Eddie, Billy, without nuking core cast. But it is the last season. If the show wants emotional damage, they're going to get more mileage threatening Steve than actually killing him. That said, the risk isn't zero. Final season, higher body count. Exactly. If someone from the older teens die, Steve is the most logical candidate after some heroic sacrifice. I agree. 20-30% is what ChatGPT thinks. Not Dustin, but Steve is definitely going to die a hero. Oh, shit. I mean, $25, fuck it. Wait. It's if I put $25 on, I only win 140. Base airdrop news. Hectic. Well, I'll take this. I mean, he could die a hero, but what bugs me now is that they said that line in the trailer, "You die, I die." Like that kind of puts it like this now, right? And they're not going to kill Dustin. Oh, I don't know, man. How does he die though? Okay, real question. How does Steve die if he does die? Heroic, like what's he doing? Who's he saving? Nancy? I don't know. Oh, this is an interesting market though. What a show though. What a good show. I do enjoy Stranger Things. I think it's definitely been one of the better shows since Game of Thrones. Again, I can understand why people don't like it. It's a technically a kid's show, but it's actually pretty like horror based, right? All right. I'll chuck a 20 on it. Chuck 20 on it. All right, chucking 20 on it. We'll see how we go. GG, you can send me $20 if I lose. All right, we'll see how we go. All right, guys, time for the giveaway comments. They're throwing us off with the line, Greedy. Oh, dude, I hope so. When Steve dies, I'll celebrate because I'll win $112 or something. And if he doesn't die, I'll be like, oh, well. All right, yeet usernames, guys. Yeet usernames. Just a reminder, I'm going to add GG Martin has 3 entries today because he's been dominating volume. All right, yeet usernames. then it's time to go watch some cricket. Daily Open. Yeah, I'll be rejecting from the mid. What happened to my mid? Rejecting lower highs from weekly open. Overextend the daily. I kind of want to short this on a low time frame, but I also don't want to short this because there's room. There's a little breakout here on the hourly is coming soon. Little breakout here coming soon on the alley. Take it out of your Yeet. I can't send it to myself. I don't have a Yeet username. I should be trading on there though. I should be trading on there. See, I'm really disappointed in Australia. Like they allow all this gambling, but I then can't predict on Polymarket. Polymarket used to be available in Australia. Then they changed it because of privacy laws or some shit. Maybe not privacy laws, but because of some random law that isn't allowed here. And then Yeet also isn't allowed in Australia either, which is just baffling. Because Sportsbet and shit. It's probably because the government has a partnership with Sportsbet, which is the largest Australian gambling company in the country. I mean, Bet365's here too. All right, who isn't here on the list? All right, Hemi, Undo, Andrew's here, Flora's here, Vision's here. Ponky I haven't seen today. No, Ponky's there. Undo I saw, didn't I? Undo's there. Yeah, great. Yana's there. Gigi's there. And Linda as well. All right, guys. Gigi Martin still has 3 entries because he's dominated the volume over the past week. Still has 3 entries. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Undo at the 50. Let's go. W's in the chat for Undo. Congrats, Undo. W's in the chat for Undo, guys. All right, guys. Have a lovely, what day is it? Have a lovely Wednesday. And I'm going to go watch some cricket. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching. Congrats, Undo. See you guys again tomorrow. Craig will be back tomorrow. All right, peace.